Hello, Tiger Cubs, and welcome to 2021. Yanni here. We have a full show for you with life hacks, an update on potential elementary schools reopening, political, science, and world news. Let's kick things off with a new segment from Lakar, Life Hacks. Those are all great ways to use things that we have at home to our advantage. Speaking of being at home, we have some news coming out about the school board possibly sending some grades back to campus within the next month. Here's more on that.
Hello Tiger Cubs, this is Andrew Lee from Tiger Cub News. On the 5th of January, the special board meeting was called. The meeting primarily discussed about bringing back the youngest students of the district to return to campus for education. The SPUSD Board of Education has agreed that the TK and kindergarten students will return to campus on the 8th of February, and first and second grade students will return on the 16th of February.
Because of Corona, I can't go to skate parks that I would usually be able to go to with my friends. So today we're going to be skating outside of my friend's apartment. This is the rail we're going to be trying to board slide today. The first couple tries we were just trying to get used to it. Then we started popping out and actually landing on our boards. Then my friend finally landed it. Today we decided to improvise and make do with what we had since we can't go to the skate park. It has been a historic couple of weeks in politics, and our political news team has the latest on what's happening in our nation's capital. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to this week's Political Corner. I'm Sophie Donaldson, bringing you the highlights of politics this week. This week, we faced the aftermath of the Capitol storming. The event, a potentially devastating COVID super spreader. So far, 2 people have been killed. One was a protester and one an officer protecting the Capitol. President Donald Trump has urged supporters to protest at the Capitol through tweets and messages. Due to this fact, the House of Representatives have drafted articles of impeachment. On Wednesday, they opened the floor up for debate, and it passed. Donald Trump has been impeached twice over his term, and the Senate trials will happen after Biden's inauguration. Because of Trump's reckless behavior on social media, he has been banned from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, Twitch, Snapchat. Parler has been taking off the app stores, and Shopify has taken down his online store. On January 20th, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be confirmed into office.
Any Minecraft fans out there? I know I am. Well, our review crew has been hard at diving into the game, and will bring you this week's review.
So, unless you've been living under a rock for your entire life, you know about Minecraft. Minecraft is the famous sandbox sensation that came to the world in 2009, and is still worked on by the developers to this day. Because of how unique it is, it's probably been the biggest game of the last 12 years. It's a very innocent game about surviving in a blocky world with monsters and animals alike. But the feature that truly made this game is the ability to build. The game is practically limitless. The only bounds are the length of your imagination. You can build anything you want out of blocks. You can create buildings, monuments, statues, houses, walls, cities, towns, mazes, games, computers, for goodness sake. I love this game, and so do a lot of other people, so the team is giving it a 5 out of 5. And if you haven't played this game, you should really try it.
Next up, we have professional sports update, our news in 90, science and offbeat news, and then we'll leave off this episode with some fun trivia from Benjamin Reagan. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Welcome back to TCN Sports. Last weekend, the NFL playoffs kicked off with 6 wildcard games. The Rams upset the Seahawks with a dominant defensive performance, and 43-year-old Tom Brady led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a victory over the Washington football team. The Browns won their first playoff game in 18 years. The Bills, Ravens, and Saints also won. This weekend brings an awesome new slate of playoff games, with the Chiefs playing the Browns, the Bills playing the Ravens, the Packers taking on the Rams, and the Buccaneers playing the Saints. The Super Bowl is getting closer. The college football season concluded Monday with the Alabama Crimson Tide defeating the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the championship. In a season like no other, the Tide won their 7th championship in the last 2 decades. Finally, in basketball news, star James Harden was traded from the Houston Rockets to the Brooklyn Nets. We'll see you next week on TCN Sports.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's News Minute. On January 10, 2021, a 26-year-old Boeing 737-500 crashed in Indonesia. The Boeing planes have been suspended from flying for 20 months after the deadly crashes in 2018. Investigators are trying to find the cause of this crash and are looking for the black boxes that contain crucial information about the plane. United Airlines also plans to bring back Boeing 737s on February 11, 2021 for the inaugural flight at 7:50 a.m. On January 10, 6 inmates escaped from the California prison using a homemade rope. Many of them are charged with attempted murder and murder. 2 of the 6 inmates who escaped have been recaptured. The Dodger Stadium, after the first waves of COVID, became a COVID testing site. After the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, the site has now turned into a vaccine site where healthcare workers can get vaccinated. The vaccines are now going to people more vulnerable to the disease, 65 years old plus. On January 13th, Lisa Montgomery was executed on federal death row by lethal injection. She was executed for strangling an 8-month pregnant woman and cutting a child from her belly in 2004. She's the first woman to be executed on federal death row in 60 years. The number of COVID cases in the world is now totaling over 91 million, with nearly 2 million deaths. The cases in the U.S. are 23 million, with 381,000 deaths. That's all for this week. Stay safe, everyone.
From Cape Canaveral, Florida, SpaceX launched the Turksat 5A. an all-electric rocket built on the Eurostar 3000 EOR bus capable of landing and relaunch. At launch, it weighed about 7,700 pounds. The Turksat 5A took off at a 31-degree angle orbital east location on Thursday, January 7, 2021 at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. It is predicted to be in service by the second quarter of 2021 and will give broadcasting services to Europe, the Middle East, and Africa.